Hachette if you want," he said. Wynne reached out and thumbed over his skull, from his temple to behind his ear. To her surprise, it felt soft, the shorn hair running in smooth lines like the coat of an animal. She ran her fingers back up against the grain. Her assistant, Emile, came hurrying over to them from the check-in desk, pressing a keycard into Leo's hand and throwing a look over his shoulder like he was being hunted. "We should get moving. They spotted Leo coming in." Wynne looked away from Leo, past the staff and security scurrying back and forth, towards the glass doors of the lobby. She couldn't see anything from this angle, and the hotel would try to keep paparazzi off their grounds, but she could hear it, a low rumble of excitement and chatter, competing with the sound of the ocean. It was almost sunset. They were going to be late. Wynne turned back to Leo. "Are you ready?"
"Yeah, I've been practicing in the car."
Leo cleared his throat, letting his voice drop low, frowning sternly.
"No comment. No comment. Yes, the sex is amazing."
Wynne laughed.
"Your delivery needs work."
The car windows were tinted and the doors were locked before the SUV peeled out through the hotel gates. In the waiting crowd of photographers, there was a frantic struggle to get the best view. The trick was to let them catch a glimpse of him without revealing too much. It wouldn't look good to hand them Leo on a plate right away. There had to be at least one secret date first, like they were trying to keep it quiet. The rumours had to start as whispers before they orchestrated a storm. The SUV was obvious enough, pulling out of the drive, and they picked up a fast tail of paparazzi. Some followed in cars, others on motorbikes, trying to swerve up the side of the car, one man steering and a second brandishing the camera. Emile sat in the front seat, arguing in French with the driver about the best route, with an arm poised, rapier-like, as if he wanted to take hold of the wheel. Leo sprawled next to Wynne in the back, with one big hand splayed out on the seat between them, laughing a little when the car lurched sideways to avoid an approaching scooter. Wynne watched him, mouth curling up despite herself. "You okay?"
"Fine,"
Leo said.
"I'd forgotten what your life was like."
"They're here for you, too."
"Nah, they're not,"
Leo said. But he looked pleased, switched on, and Wynne didn't worry too much about him losing his cool. Leo was used to attention as well. Wynne checked her emails again. There was still no word from Patrick. Up until 2 days ago, her agent had contacted her almost hourly, delivering an endless stream of updates and negotiations from Paramount. Less than a week ago, he had messaged her. "This could be the big one, Whitman." Since Nathan Spencer's public meltdown, there had been nothing but vague reassurances, platitudes that were far from comforting. Marie had sent through the schedule for Wynne and Leo's orchestrated summer fling. All across the Riviera, preparations were being made for them. White cloths thrown over the tables, vineyard walkways raked clean, wilting roses and oleander clipped back from every trellis. The hotel had ordered a crate of Wynne's favourite Sancerre and the expensive whiskey people thought Leo liked. On the weekend, they would attend the Zacharias Chavan party, and the whole time they would play happy and in love, making it clear that Wynne wasn't heartbroken, until the summer was over and people had forgotten that she'd dated Nathan Spencer at all, let alone their catastrophic breakup. With Leo next to her, it would be obvious that Nathan was just a blip, a fleeting distraction. Nothing compared to the tumultuous on-again, off-again love affair of Whitman Tagore and Leo Milanowski. There wasn't much dignity in faking a relationship, and somehow even less so with Leo. He was too familiar with the industry. He liked fooling people too much. He'd known Wynne through all of her breakneck early 20s, and every time he looked at her, it was like he was remembering them. But there wasn't time for shame. It had ceased to surprise Wynne that people cared about what she did off-screen and with whom she did it. She couldn't just let her work stand.